with everything that you went through, what do you want to see happen to Diddy?
I want him to be brought into account. I want him to face the reality and face criminal prosecution for what he did. I want him to be held accountable for everything he did in life. Since you were able to do all these things and they have benefited you in life, and it made you able to ascend in the recording industry and have all this countless money and access to resources and wealth and all this stuff, everybody got to pay the piper. I didn't make that up. That existed before I was born. You gotta pay the piper. If you lie with dogs, you rise with fleas. I want him to go to court. I want him to be criminally charged with every nefarious thing he did that they can dig up on him. I want everybody to feel empowered to come out and speak truth to power for how he victimized them. I mean, come on. You got the UCLA coach that didn't put his son in and he beat him with a kettlebell. You got Steve Stoute, who he beat like a dirty, rotten scoundrel, broke his arm, hit him with champagne bottles and chairs and all type of stuff and broke his arm. I'm not saying anything. Steve Stoute got beat up in August 99. I got shot. What was it? August or April? I got shot in December 99. He got beat up a few months before. Puffy did it. It's irrefutable. These are not things I'm making up that nobody knows about. Countless people in society know about him. Why do we keep hiding his stuff? What about the guy G, who was supposedly shot while he was in the bathroom with Puffy, his son, and G in the bathroom at the studio, shot? What did they say? Oh, it was somebody in the street that got shot. He ran in the studio. Through all them locked doors, I used to go to the studio. You cannot enter a studio without being buzzed in. Or most establishments like that. But y'all let them tell y'all he came up off the street and ran through all these different security points and all these locked doors and got to the bathroom in the inner sanctum of a studio. How, Sway? How? A lot of people like to take Kanye for a madman, but he is brilliant if people take the time to listen. There are a lot of times that he says problematic things, and I'm not going to swear for everything he said. He said a lot of problematic things in his life. However, when he sat on a Drink Champs and he said, oh, they sent you, your people, your rich baby daddy and all the people sent you to pull my coat. That's why he said, I want to say right now, F y'all. And then he said, now let me say it calm. F y'all. He said, that's why you was up in the club, rah, 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 busting shots, and you could come back and make all this money and keep. He was talking about me, my case. He was talking about Puffy being able to come, shoot up the club, shoot me, and still get away with it and keep ascending in the record company. And he said, they sent you to pull me, to pull my coat and bring me down. People have ears. Anything I've said is provable. Go back in the internet and look it up. Everything I said can be proven. Go back in the internet and look it up. It can be proven. It's irrefutable. There are other people who have said it. There is documentation all the way back down the line, 24 years. You just got to look for it. There's something called the Wayback Machine for things that are archived and pushed out of the internet. When you Google stuff, don't just settle on page 1 and page 2. You might have to go to page 27 to find it. Go do the work. Go look. Instead of coming on the internet, typing, why she ain't say nothing when the trial was going on? Why she ain't say nothing? Why she ain't make a post on social media back then to bring it out? You mean the social media that didn't exist? Well, I will gladly do that for you. If someone would give me the access to the time machine so I can go back in history, I will create Twitter and Facebook ahead of time, invest all my money in it so I can be a quadrillionaire, and I'll say what happened to me on that. And then I'll come back to the present tense and let's see what you say then. Outside of that, it's not possible. Perhaps in a parallel universe, in a tear in the time and space continuum. But in this reality, in this incarnation, social media didn't exist then. I said it back then to all parties involved. I testified in the criminal trial. I testified in everything. I won a settlement against him. Where would that come from if I was making stuff up? Why would he settle with me? For something like that? You're going to settle somebody saying you shot them in the face if it never happened? Come on now. How, Sway? How? Who's going to do that? Think about it. And while I asked for the settlement, the confidentiality clause on my settlement amount, I asked for that. I said, I will not settle unless no one can discuss the amount. The club owner came right out 3 days later and said it all. Everything. Over the years, they've tried to, she under a gag order. She can't speak. Your mama's under a gag order. I'm not under nothing. I asked for the confidentiality and it was broken instantly. There is no gag order. You can't gag order me. You know who could gag order me? Yahusha and Yeshua. God. Everybody else, go kick rocks. Go kick rocks. You cannot make me silent. You had a problem with what I say? Take it to the altar. It's above me. I'm going to speak truth to power. God left me here whole, of sound mind and body, with a mouth to speak, and I'm going to use it. I don't care who has a problem with it. If you have a problem with it, go take it to the altar. That ain't my concern.